Welcome to the True Tomorrows podcast. It's time to fire up those imaginations because we're taking another cool weekly journey into the wild world of sci-fi. You know, those captivating galactic tales from flash fiction,
Right.
where blockbuster sci-fi films meet epic short stories.
I love that.
And today, we've got two incredible flash fiction stories locked and loaded, ready for our science fiction probe. Make sure you hit that rate button and follow the show so you don't miss out on any of these captivating True Tomorrows. All right, let's dive into our first tale, Primordial. This one drops us right into the thick of it, folks. Earth, 100,000 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, a time when survival was, well, brutal, to say the least. Picture this. A small tribe of early humans, they're facing complete and utter devastation. Their fire, the one thing that kept them warm, safe, and sane against the elements and the unknown, it's gone. Just like that.
Gone.
Gone. A relentless storm sweeps through, snuffs out their last ember, and throws them into an existential crisis.
It's hard to even imagine, right? Fire back then wasn't just a tool.
Right.
It was life itself.
Yeah.
Warmth, protection, a way to cook food safely.
Absolutely.
And without it, they were incredibly vulnerable,
Mhm.
exposed to the elements, to predators.
Mhm.
The story it throws you right into that fundamental struggle for survival.
It does. And in their darkest hour, as they're staring down what seems like inevitable annihilation, the sky rips open.
Oh, wow.
And of course, to a terrified tribe, this has to be a sign. It has to be a god descending from the heavens. But it's something much, much stranger. It's the beacon. This ancient alien probe sent from across unimaginable distances to observe developing civilizations.
Mm-hmm.
And it has malfunctioned and crashed.
Flashed.
Yes, scattering advanced technology. The story describes it as being light years beyond anything they could even comprehend.
It makes you think about how we would react to something like that.
Alright.
I mean, we think we're so advanced, but put us in that situation and we'd probably jump to supernatural conclusions too. It's human nature.
Yeah.
And this contrast, the reality versus their interpretation, is just so fascinating. They see a god, but it's actually advanced science. It makes you question how much we really know, right?
Absolutely. And the story, it gets even more interesting. You see, amidst all the wreckage, there's this one critical piece. At least for the tribe, it's everything. It's a core of pure plasma energy, like this pulsing, eerie blue light. It's fire reborn.
Oh, wow.
They see it as a miracle, a gift from whatever tore open the sky.
So powerful, that imagery. I mean, hope rekindled from utter despair. You could almost feel their awe, their desperation.
Oh, for sure. But here's the catch. This alien fire, it's not just lying there for the taking. This is where the story throws another curveball.
Oh,
It's guarded
guarded.
by these things called metal spirits. They're biomechanical sentinels, these self-repairing machines, awakened by the crash.
Wicked. So they were dormant. That adds a whole other level of mystery to it.
Right.
Like, were they always meant to protect this fire?
Exactly. Their purpose is a total enigma to the humans. And these incredible pieces of alien tech, they now stand as the ultimate obstacle between the tribe and their survival.
Wow. So not just a natural disaster, but now they have to contend with advanced technology.
That's right. It becomes this incredible battle of primitive versus futuristic.
Ah.
And this is where we meet our protagonist, Karo.
Okay.
He's a warrior, but different from the others.
Different hats.
He's not the strongest, not the biggest, but he's intensely curious. It's this curiosity that sets him apart and really drives the story forward.
I like that.
Yeah. Karo, he senses that what they're dealing with isn't magic or a god. It's something more, something else.
So he's a thinker.
He is a real outlier for his time. And armed with just his stone tools, his instincts, and this unyielding will to survive, he sets out to do the impossible. Outsmart an enemy millions of years ahead of him. It's classic David versus Goliath, but with a sci-fi twist.
Yeah. You can't help but root for him, right?
Yeah.
The underdog facing down impossible odds. But you said he has to outsmart this enemy. How does someone do that with stone tools against advanced technology?
That's the beauty of the story. But he's up against some truly mind-boggling challenges. The story gives us a glimpse of these metal spirits, these trials Kennaro has to overcome. First up is the Sky Serpent.
Ooh, sounds menacing.
It is. This self-healing drone, it moves with blinding speed, and its metallic scales deflect their primitive weapons like they're nothing.
That's almost unfair, right?
Right. Imagine trying to take down something like that with just sharpened rocks and sticks.
It really drives home that technological gap. You're right, it'd be like trying to fight a tang with a spear.
Exactly, and it only gets more intense from there. Next are the Watchers. These are floating machines, and get this, they can see through the eyes of any creature they scan, predicting movements before they even happen.
Wait, so they can see the future?
In a way, yeah, like a precognitive security system. Trying to fight them is like trying to outsmart something that already knows your next move.
That's terrifying.
It is. It speaks to some truly advanced sensor technology. And then the big one, the Titan of Smoke. This thing is a mechanical colossus, and it doesn't just mimic the movements of Earth's ancient predators.
Ooh.
It adapts in real time to any threat.
Adapts.
So whatever cohort tries, this Titan learns and counters.
That's like nightmare fuel.
Right. It's like playing chess against an opponent who can change the rules of the game at any moment.
And he's supposed to take this thing down with stone tools.
Yeah. It seems impossible, right? But Primordial, it doesn't just stop with these incredible challenges. It takes this fascinating turn. Deep within the wreckage of the beacon, buried under millennia of ice, Caro discovers something else. An alien corpse.
Whoa, so it wasn't just an observation probe.
Nope. It was an Ark, a vessel carrying the last remnants of a fallen interstellar empire.
That changes everything.
And with this discovery comes a final message.
A message.
A warning. Encoded in symbols, but somehow Caro's primal mind begins to grasp their meaning.
You gotta love that.
It says, fire is power, fire is destruction, fire is ascent, choose wisely.
Chills. Literal chills.
Right.
It's so profound. It takes the story beyond just survival.
Oh, yeah.
It's a question of choice, of
Yeah.
consequence.
And what a choice Caro has to make. Will he embrace this alien of fire, this plasma energy, and change the course of his people forever, but risk the wrath of these powerful metal spirits?
I can't even imagine that kind of pressure.
Or does he destroy the beacon, protect the natural order, but potentially condemn his tribe to a slow decline?
Both paths were so risky.
Right.
It's like choosing between a potential leap forward and the potential for self-destruction.
And then there's a third, even more mind-blowing possibility. What if Caro can go beyond just using the fire? What if he can understand it? Unravel its secrets, its principles. Can this spark not just physical warmth, but an intellectual awakening, setting humanity on an entirely new evolutionary path? One not based solely on instinct, but on knowledge.
It's the ultimate question, isn't it? Can we handle knowledge?
Right. Primordial leaves you pondering that. And now, we're going to shift gears completely. Our next flash fiction story blasts us forward in time to the golden age of the sands of Jalra in the Clockwork Sultan. Picture this. A thriving empire with grand minarets reaching for the sun, trade routes overflowing with riches.
Sounds idyllic.
It is, on the surface. At the heart of it all is Sultan al-Rashid ibn Khaldun, a just ruler, but one weighed down by worry.
What's he worried about?
Whispers of doom, a shadow hanging over this golden age.
That's an interesting contrast, right?
It is. It sets the stage for something big. And one night, in the Sultan's magnificent astral gardens, the unexpected happens. A celestial storm rolls in, but it brings with it something truly out of this world. An intervention from the future.
Whoa, from the future.
A shimmering sphere descends. Think orrery gears, glowing runes, advanced tech. It's a gift from the Sultan's own descendants.
It's like a message in a bottle, but a really, really high-tech one.
Exactly. And the message is urgent. The Sultan must master time itself if he wants to save his empire from this approaching void.
Master time, that's a tall order.
And the device that makes it possible, this is where it gets really cool. It's called the Hourglass Engine, a machine of incredible temporal power. It allows the Sultan to see glimpses of the future, to bend time, harness knowledge from ages yet to come, reshape his present.
The ultimate power, really. Control over time itself.
Right. Talk about rewriting history. And the Sultan wastes no time putting it to use. He builds these amazing clockwork automatons, robots, in a time before anyone could imagine such things. He constructs incredible aqueducts, solving drought with technology centuries ahead of his time.
So he's using this power to solve real problems.
Absolutely. He wants to secure a golden future. But as you can imagine, messing with time has a price.
Oh, there's always a catch.
Always. The story tells us that with each alteration to the timeline, the Sultan awakens ancient forces that were meant to remain dormant.
It's like he's upsetting some kind of cosmic balance.
Exactly. And it ends up accelerating the very doom he was trying to prevent.
Oh, no.
And we see these rising shadows of time manifest.
Sounds ominous.
The first is the Ifrit of the Forgotten Hour. This, being trapped between moments, is unleashed by the Sultan's temporal meddling. It wants to devour all of time itself.
So he accidentally unleashed a time monster.
Basically, Then there are the phantom caliphs, ghostly echoes of rulers who never came to be because of the changed timelines.
So the timeline is fighting back.
Exactly. They're demanding that their rightful history be restored.
The past is never truly gone, is it?
And finally, there's the black astrolabe.
Okay.
This forbidden device is wielded by a secret order who believe time must flow unbroken.
Sounds like they're the time police.
They are. They're determined to stop the Sultan and restore the natural order of time. So now he's not just fighting fate, he's fighting those who guard time itself.
What a predicament.
And to make matters worse, the hourglass engine is starting to lose power. That golden future he was building is beginning to crumble. So with time running out, the Sultan faces an impossible choice. Does he risk more temporal manipulation, potentially unleashing even greater chaos, to try and fully erase the doom?
So double down on a risky strategy.
Or does he abandon the engine, trust fate, even though the prophecies foretold disaster?
Or is there another way?
Well, there is one last mind-bending possibility. What if the Sultan can unlock the engine's final secret?
Which is?
To transcend mortality, to exist outside of time itself, no longer bound by its linear progression.
Oh. So basically, become a god.
In a sense, yeah. But would that be a solution or just another form of isolation?
It's a heavy question, that's for sure.
The Clockwork Sultan leaves us hanging, contemplating the Sultan's ultimate fate. Both of these stories, they really pack a punch.
They do.
So what stands out to you? In Primordial, we saw this pivotal moment in early human history, shaped not by magic, but by advanced alien technology. What do you think about Koro's choices?
What gets me is that Karo, he's not just deciding for himself. His choice could change the entire trajectory of humanity.
Right.
And that warning, fire is power, fire is destruction, fire is ascent. Choose wisely. It's like a universal truth. Progress isn't always good. It depends on how we use it.
I like that. And it makes you think, doesn't it, about the responsibility that comes with any kind of power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's literal fire or, the technologies we're dealing with today.
AI, genetic engineering, it's a lot to consider.
And in the Clockwork Sultan, we saw the allure and the danger of manipulating time.
Oh, yeah.
It makes you wonder, even with the best intentions, can you really change the past without consequences?
Right. It's like that butterfly effect. You never know what you might unleash.
Exactly.
And that ending, with the possibility of existing outside of time, wow.
Mind-blowing, right?
It is. It makes you think about the limits of our understanding of existence itself.
And it makes you question what it really means to be human.
That's the power of good science fiction, right? It makes you think, makes you question.
It does. And these stories, they do that so well.
So, listeners, we encourage you to keep exploring these themes. What other questions do these stories raise for you?
What other possibilities could there be?
Think about it. What if you had the power to change time? Or encounter alien technology?
What choices would you make?
Thank you for joining us on the True Tomorrows podcast. We hope you enjoyed this week's Science Fiction Probe. Don't forget to rate and follow the show so you don't miss our next adventure into the world of science fiction. Until then, keep wondering, keep exploring, keep imagining those true tomorrows.